I mean, I love the storytelling in those films, but like Gandalf clearly knows that place is messed up, but doesn't share it with the group, and I don't know, the whole thing's odd.
Yeah.
And then in Shadow of War, you just get into a fist fight with the Balrog.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I just.
And then he scampers.
And he like scampers off around a corner.
It's fine.
like you don't normally see his feet. So you see his butt and his little feet go around the corner. It's so funny.
That's great. All right, we're good. What's up, everybody? Welcome to IGN Game Scoop. This is a special 100 questions edition of Game Scoop. Our contestants today are Justin Davis,
Scoop,
Brandon Tyrell,
Howdy,
and Sam Claiborne.
Hey, everybody.
And
This is a Thanksgiving tradition.
This is a Thanksgiving tradition.
Right now, if you're not from the United States, Thanksgiving is a time of year in which you question your relatives 100 times about video games.
Yep. This is all true. As promised last week, as we theorized in the episode last week when Justin was not with us, we got the idea to do a special 20 questions episode this week. It's a short week, holiday week for us in the U.S., and less than 24 hours and now I'll be on a flight to Tokyo. So with the less time to put together a full show, we're going to go all 20 questions, 100 questions, and I've selected a bunch of your submissions to use, and then we're just
run
going
out
to see.
of fingers, damn it.
We're going to see how many games you guys can get through with 100 questions. And I was talking about this with Sam earlier. If you guys agree, I think you should have the ability to just pass on a game.
come back,
but
later on.
No, not come back.
We're so screwed.
Like if you think you're not going to get it, you can move on. But you'll have then wasted whatever 10 questions maybe. So.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
Well, because
on a week.
I was saying, what if we get to question 30 with one
we're
game?
just
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So.
Like, I don't know what it is. I quit. I give up.
Just go through the list of every SNES
What
game.
else to ask?
Yeah. Does this all sound agreeable?
Yes.
We're all
I mean, I don't feel like we have a choice.
Yeah,
Whose show is this?
All right, then. With that said, let the questioning begin. Our first suggestion comes from Rad Medusa in Toronto.
Whoa. Do you think that's his real name?
I think it's his Christian name,
That's
Rad Medusa.
awesome.
Of the Medusas.
Yeah.
the Toronto
The
Medusa.
Toronto Medusas. Oh, boy.
I brought a pen to keep track of what questions.
So
right.
question 1 out of
100 questions to go.
Well, I don't know if I should be more goofy or less goofy since we have, we're trying to, it's like a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. Does your character wear a hat?
Yes.
Good.
Would you
Jeez.
count a headband as a hat?
No, that's not a question. This is just Damon.
Uh,
Headwear. Is there head? I would.
Well, yeah, no. You didn't say the question wasn't headwear, it was
No,
hat.
I'm just saying as a person.
Probably not.
Okay, good.
Okay. Is this game? Did it come out on multiple platforms?
What about a visor?
Yes, probably includes it. Yes, multiple platforms, yes.
Was this game from after the year 1995?
Yes.
Ooh, 95. Okay.
I haven't done this in a while. I forget which consoles that is.
I know.
US multiple platforms already?
Basically every console.
Okay, is this game from the contemporary current generation of consoles?
No.
Somewhere in there.
What's that? What was that?
It's gonna be fun.
Was this game on the Xbox 360?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's 5. 95 questions to go.
So multi-platform, 2
Oblivion.
generations. One
That's
generation.
not my official guess,
oh,
but
yeah. Same rules apply. Well, I don't know how the wrong guess rule would apply here. Let's not worry
Well, you
about
better figure it out. We're 5 questions in.
I don't even know the rules.
it. I'd say if you guess the wrong game, then we just move on to the
the
next one.
scoop's just over. You ruined it,
It's
Justin.
-1.
Okay, Xbox 360. Your character wears a hat.
Yeah.
We're really, really drilling down on this.
Helmets count as hats.
Okay.
You know, Miranda had a revolutionary question last week, which was this on Xbox Live? And that's what really helped us. Should we just go with that?
Yeah. Was this on Xbox Live?
The Xbox Live Arcade?
Yeah.
Is the question?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow,
okay.
guys, we might get one.
Okay. Hat games on XBLA.
At
Did you
games.
do
Spelunky?
Cloning Clyde?
Castle Crashers.
Castle Crashers. They were in helmets.
Mhm.
What were other Xbox? I played dozens and dozens of them.
Does this game have a sequel?
No.
All right, looking
Castle
good.
Crashers.
Looking good for Castle Crashers. Looking less good for Splunky.
What about Bionic Commando Rearmed? No, that had
That
a
got
sequel.
a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You count a Bionic
Shadow
Arm as a
Complex.
hat?
You did not wear a hat.
No.
Although you did wear. You got a helmet later on. I
Is
feel
this
like we
game's-
need to clarify. Was the hat a permanent fixture of the character throughout the entire game?
That's not. I don't want to spend a whole question on that.
Oh no! I'm clarifying on your question. I don't want to spend one either.
I think if your character wears a hat, if at any time a hat is on their head, that counts as wearing a hat.
Yeah, okay.
Is this game's art style 2-dimensional? Is it 2D art?
Yes.
Is it realistic?
No.
Is it cooperative?
No. That's 10.
Okay,
Aw, dang.
So that gets rid of.
I was so sure it was Castle Crashers. Now, wait. So it's not co-op, 2D art. Crap.
360 XBLA, not co-op, 2D art.
And there's no sequel to this, but
No
it could still
sequel.
be part of a series or be licensed or something.
I already don't feel
Is
good. Braid?
well, you said
Could
it
be
is
Braid?
Yeah, it could be Braid.
He doesn't wear a hat.
No, he doesn't. Does
Got
he wear a
that
hat
curly
at
hair,
all?
though.
What?
Does he wear a hat at any point in the game?
No.
Is this game a platformer?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Jetpack.
there's like Explosion Man and all these games.
Super Meat
Explosion
Boy.
Man, Super Meat Boy, Jetpack,
and plus.
and yeah, but you're a little ninja.
The headband question I asked earlier.
But it's multi-plat.
Headbands come back.
It's
around.
multi-plat, so it's not an XBLA exclusive.
Right. Most of those games eventually got ported over.
How do we narrow
Eventually.
those down?
Was this a Summer of Arcade game?
I don't recall.
Okay.
I didn't count again. Are you writing down how many questions we
He's
got?
I'm
counting
still
on
holding
his
up.
fingers
He's
and
got
half
the
of it.
11, and then I'll
Missed
tally
the
it up.
fingers.
You're gonna lose.
This-
Man,
10.
XBLA
Wait,
was like
we're
my,
on 6, not 11.
Nope. You're on.
Are you sure?
11.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
We're at 11.
Dude,
We're
don't
on
try to pull one
11?
over
Yeah.
on me.
We're
Yeah.
already in trouble.
Okay.
I'm not trying to pull one over on you. I'm just surprised. We got
so-
pretty far though.
So hold on. So this should be like I ran like before IGN. I worked at an XBLA like website.
Yeah,
Like,
so
I feel
did
like
I.
this was my era.
Yeah, me too.
But I can't think of anything. My brain just shuts down.
Is this an American game?
That's what's gonna be where I was going to.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
As
And
far as I
also-
know, it's at least North American.
yeah.
Well, that eliminates Rare. I mean, it eliminates Jetpack, and even though there wasn't a ton, it eliminates any weird like there was that weird Castlevania XBLA game.
Yeah.
Ultra hardcore.
What an underrated game, by the way. The XBLA Castlevania
co-op.
game where you could see the whole level.
Yeah, the multiplayer
Yeah.
one.
Super cool.
You move around.
This isn't multiplayer. So, was there some games we've already mentioned are fine though, like Meat Boy, right? So
2D platform, but you don't wear a hat.
I mean, Shadow Complex, you do wear a hat at some point. It's not.
It's not 2D art.
It's not 2D art, but it's
Meat hat.
2D.
Is this a Metroidvania?
I don't think you would qualify it as that. No.
That's a
Okay.
pretty good question. I don't know what specifically that eliminates. I mean, it eliminates Shadow Complex.
Yeah.
What about Limbo? That type of game.
Limbo.
Artsy stuff.
Damon's favorite game of all time.
No. One of them. Mario 64 would be my absolute favorite game.
Does the little boy doesn't put a hat on in that game?
Does a spider count?
Little spider hat. You do get the sucker, the little brain parasite on your head.
I love.
Probably
those
don't count that
areas.
as a.
I don't think
Okay.
that counts as a hat. That's where I
Um,
draw the line. Let it be known. I've always said that.
Head crabs aren't hats.
It's gonna be that's my epitaph.
Yeah.
Cave Story,
Yeah, probably, that got a port for sure.
but we call that a Metroidvania.
Yeah, you do. Man, Cave Story is so good.
Why do we feel so stupid? How do we narrow this down anymore? We said so graphical style. We could do genre, like if it's sci-fi or fantasy.
Would you consider this a small or indie developer?
Yes.
Okay.
So that I don't know what again specifically that eliminates. I feel like I'm an idiot.
Me too.
What are the other games that like Alien Hominid? That's like a shooter,
Like
not a
the Behemoth.
platformer, right?
Yeah, I mean the same Castle Crashers dev. They did Battle Block Theater later
Yeah.
on XBLA.
And there are definitely hats in that, for sure.
Yeah,
Lots of them.
lots of hats.
Does your characters? Should we ask if they speak? Is it voice acted?
It wouldn't help me.
Okay.
I don't think Battle Block was voice acted.
There's a narrator. Your character doesn't speak. I reviewed the game. That was one of the very last games I reviewed before
Yeah.
my job changed.
Should we ask if it's critically acclaimed?
Well, to who?
I'm sure it is. Otherwise, it wouldn't be like memorable, right? I mean, we can. I just assume these are all good.
Is it critically acclaimed?
Yes. It is. It's 15.
So we've already mentioned the game. Is I think what's going on here.
Why?
Well, I just
Unless
think
there's
that-
that like
I
indie
think-
jam that we're forgetting.
We're forgetting so many indie jams.
I don't know. We said a lot there, and we can't. Are there ones that we can't eliminate? We've eliminated Shadow Complex and Meat Boy.
Wait, we eliminated Meat Boy?
Well, because he doesn't wear a hat.
At any point? He has it's Bandage Girl, I guess. Those bandages aren't hats. Similar to head crabs.
It seems like
What are you
it's,
doing?
it
What are you
seems
doing
like
over
it's
there?
Super
Just
Meat
checking
Boy.
my details.
Okay. Platformer, 2D, 360, but multi-plat. XBLA.
What did the world of
Hats.
you?
Fez.
Oh,
Hat based.
of course.
Does this game have
It's Fez.
a Tetris-like language in it?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Okay. Does this have like a mixture of 3D and 2D puzzles?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Fez.
All right.
Is it Fez?
Yes.
Nice pull.
Right,
God.
So we.
How did we forget
17.
Polytron?
Well, it was funny because I was thinking of Meat Boy and I was thinking of that documentary,
Yeah.
the indie game.
Indie game, the movie?
Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, Fez is in that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So we're
Yeah,
at
that game. Not only does he
17?
wear a hat, that's like the whole thing. That's the whole game.
It's
I like
named
these-
after his hat.
You are the hat.
That's actually
You are
why
the hat.
that's why I picked that game to start with.
Because you knew he
It's
would.
a hack game. It's a hack game,
Sometimes-
everybody.
Yeah.
Is this
You're
the
wearing a
evolution
hat.
of your? Does
And
your
I'm
character?
wearing a hat. It was a hint.
It's hat
Metagame.
day.
Yeah.
Is this question the evolution of does your character have hands?
Where's Damon
Where are you
going?
going? What are you doing? Come back here, Damon.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Is this game scoop anymore?
I don't know what to do,
Look at me.
guys.
I'm
Look
Damon
at my
now.
notes for the next game. That's all.
God, that was scary.
Okay.
That was really spooky.
What do we
So
got?
17 questions.
17.
So you have
not
83 questions left.
I'm gonna go ahead and say we're off to a great start.
Yeah. We're ahead of the curve. here.
83 questions left. One game down.
Love the confidence. It'll work out well for us.
What
in the
could
end, I'm
possibly
sure.
go wrong?
Yeah.
Cut to 50 questions later, just sweat pouring.
I
down
don't
my
understand. You can definitely pick things up.
Our next game comes from Ed Burton. We don't know where his location. He's from an undisclosed location.
I don't think
Of
I
the
think we have to throw
undisclosed
out-
Burtons.
throw out his
face. Is he
submission.
related to? Is that Tim Burton's brother?
Nobody knows.
Say yes.
Yes.
How many? What number are we on?
Yes.
That was 17. So you have 83 questions left.
Do you?
Cool, all right.
Is this a 3D game? Do you moving through 3D space in this game?
Is this
Is
a
played from a 3D perspective?
no?
Why would you have to check something
Yeah.
written down? You know?
I've got a lot of games on this page.
Oh,
I'm
you just
making
forgot which game it
Yep.
was. Wait, so it's not a 3D game?
Not a 3D game.
2D game. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Don't give me that face.
It's 40. It's a full central experience.
Is this from before 1990?
No.
Hmm.
So
Is this a multi-platform game?
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds like Bubsy.
Is
Which
this
one?
from before 2000?
No.
Oh, so it's a 2D game that's more modern.
Well, 90 to 2000.
I mean,
Oh wait, you said before. Oh,
the
never mind,
360 era was 05?
Is this a platformer?
No.
So it's PS2, original Xbox,
Well, or newer.
or newer. Well, no, you said before 2000?
Yeah, and he said no. So it's
Oh, okay.
from
So it's after.
2000 to now.
sorry. Was this on Xbox 360?
Yes.
What the hell, man?
Was it an Xbox Live game?
Yes.
Oh,
So
that took us a while. That was a walk.
no, that's good. We got 6
Yeah.
questions down to another Xbox.
Is
This
Wait,
is all
but-
thanks to Miranda last week.
We said
got this new
platformer,
line.
and he said no.
okay.
No.
Is this a cooperative game?
Yes.
It's Castle Crashers.
So it's a good chance.
Whoa.
it's Crashers.
Yeah, maybe.
I think so.
What about Bionic Commando Rearmed?
So, but here's what I don't
We're
like.
gonna go back to the well of the
Here's-
5 games
I
we know.
I know.
We had Bionic Commando once, and there was definitely a debate about whether that qualifies as platforming.
Was there?
There's no jump button in that
You don't
game.
jump. Yeah, I love that.
So here, I think it's probably Castle
I'm feeling
Crashers,
good about it.
but I want to responsibly.
Why would he choose Castle Crashers if we discussed it for so long?
Because he's
just
just.
to
well,
throw
he
us
chose
off?
them. He chose them ahead of time. He can't change it on the
I
fly.
think it's probably
He
Castle
did
Crashers.
probably change it on the fly. He walked away and looked at a piece of paper.
All I'm saying is, before we take our victory lap,
yeah.
I want to narrow it. Okay, are
Yeah,
you? It's
definitely narrow it
co-op. Do you? Is there melee combat in this game? You beating things up by hand or foot?
Yes.
Okay,
But
now I feel comfortable.
Well, okay.
but
Are
you guys
sure?
did narrow down between the two we thought it might be.
You don't beat things.
What was the other one?
Yeah,
Bionic
you do.
Commando?
You reach out your arm and beat people up with it.
But that's not hand. That's by hook.
Is this game like medieval themed?
Yes.
All right.
ten.
Is it Castle Crashers?
It is.
Thank you.
That's 11.
All right.
Nice.
11 questions. That's
11.
yeah.
Well, we're doing very well.
Are you doing actual maths?
28. So you have 72. Is that right?
Checks
72
out.
questions
Checks out.
That checks out.
left. Let me take a look at my notes.
Don't leave. That really weirds me out.
It's totally fine.
Has anybody seen Damon?
Hey, Scoopers.
Okay. Next suggestion is from Boris from Queens.
It's okay. All right.
Good
Going with
old-
the Ramones.
Yeah.
72
Is this from before 1990?
questions left. Is this before 1990? No.
Well, why am I even here?
Because it's a pinball game.
I mean, is it from before 2000?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So
Oh,
before
90s.
2000, after 90.
So, but wait. So, okay. So, is this released in the 16-bit era?
No.
Okay, so PS2, Xbox One,
PS1.
PS1, original Xbox,
Yeah.
or handheld.
Is this a multi-platform
Or
game?
N64?
Mm-hmm.
Multi-platform game? No.
Is this on a Nintendo platform?
No.
Okay,
Was this on PlayStation?
Yes.
Okay.
6.
PS1 exclusive.
Sounds like Resident Evil.
And actually, wait, the PS2 for sure came out in like 2001, right? So it has to be PS1.
Did you guys own a PS1?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you, Brandon?
Yeah. That was when
I
that.
did.
I had the mini, the one you can carry around in your
Does this
pocket.
game have sequels?
Yes.
My first console was the NES, but
Wait,
it was
hold on.
PS1 and 64 that I got like really.
Yeah.
Like that was what cemented my lifestyle.
And I'll clarify this because I should have made you clarify it, but it has a sequel.
Okay.
Okay. Was this game made by Sony? It's a first-party game.
It was not made by Sony.
What the? God damn.
So it's second party.
Well, or they published
It's
it.
published, yeah.
So actually, Damon gave us a gigantic hint that it has one sequel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not made by Sony.
Zone of the Enders got one sequel.
Yeah.
What was the Polyphony game that they made besides Gran Turismo? They made that.
Oh.
They made that mech shooter.
I don't know.
What do you?
You're looking at me like I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Ape Escape, I think maybe got more than one sequel, or maybe one.
What type of games? I've never heard of any of those games.
Yeah.
Never heard of Ape Escape? That was one of the very first games that used the dual analog control stick.
What type of game
It's
is it?
not the
You
first.
just catching apes with a net.
Oh, you know.
I mean, it's sort of like a 3D platformer game where you're running around with a net trying to capture apes.
Like arcade style?
No, more like level based.
All right. So how do we narrow it down to Ape Escape?
I don't
Out
know.
of my
man.
depth here.
I don't know. I have no idea that it's Ape Escape.
Would it help to ask about multiplayer?
Not me.
Okay.
One sequel. I guess I don't want to get too hung up on that, but that's kind of.
Should we ask if it's critically acclaimed?
I assume everything is.
Well-
Otherwise, like how men.
I don't know, man.
Some bad PS1 game.
No,
like
we've had that for like Friday the 13th.
He did do Monster Rancher one time. That was really bad.
Oh my god, yeah.
You wouldn't do that for the third game, though, would you?
I think Damon's deliberately picking ones that are slightly easier so that we can get through.
We're at 8 right now?
I think they're gonna get harder.
Yeah. I think so too.
Is this an RPG?
No. Not an RPG.
Okay.
Is this a horror game?
No. That's 10.
Really? That's fast.
So not a Resident Evil.
Yeah, but we know that it wasn't Sony published anything.
Oh, right.
And there's a billion sequels.
What about like combat games like I can't remember the name of it.
I don't know specifically what RPG I was thinking of.
Combat
There's all those
Fighter.
weird PS1 RPGs like Beyond the Beyond and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of like, what was an RPG? So
Does this have realistic graphics?
No.
What was PS1?
Yeah, but there was Resident Evil and stuff like that in PS1.
Yeah, I guess
Metal
it's a
Gear.
little interesting to think about whether they were going for realism at that time.
when did...
Is this game?
Well, I mean,
When did, like,
that's a big deal. I don't think there's a lot of games with weird art styles in PS1. There's like Parappa.
Yeah, I'm mainly
Yeah.
just making a gag about like it's funny to consider the original Resident Evil realistic.
Yeah.
But it was at the
But I
time.
bet at the time they were doing their
magazines where it's
best.
Like games will never look better.
Yeah.
Can you? Which is real life.
We've had Parappa before, but it could be that.
Yeah.
Could be Parappa did get one sequel.
Was Katamari Sony exclusive?
That
That was in PS2.
was PS2.
Was it
and It was
PS2?
Namco published.
Yeah.
Is this a music game?
Published.
It is not a music game.
It's a pretty good guess. Because it's like Guitar Man as well.
Yeah.
That might have been PS2.
I mean, Sony published too. Like,
Is this
not a whole lot.
is this a 3D game?
No, not a 3D game.
Ooh,
You know it?
Oh boy.
You closing in?
Well,
I mean, you're the lead here.
Some characters may have been rendered in 3D, but you don't play it in 3D.
I mean Tomba, Klonoa.
Well, no, I was gonna say.
I don't think Sony was involved in the publishing of any of those, but Damon gave a non-committal answer to that, so I don't want to get too hung up on that.
And did we ask if it wouldn't be considered a platformer though?
2D game. I mean,
Did we ask about platformer in this round?
not yet.
No, we haven't done.
We didn't ask that question. Is this a platformer?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's probably Klonoa.
Klonoa. What's the sequel for Klonoa? There's like one GBA.
I thought there was more than one sequel.
That's like 3D style in a 2D world.
I call that 2.5D.
Yeah. Is this a 2.5D game?
I don't know if you would call this game 2.5.
What happens if we guess wrong?
You go to the next one. You lose 15 questions.
15.
I don't
That's-
remember.
yeah, that's
I
what
never.
you've said
I've
so
never.
far.
I don't have any
Oh,
first-hand
the
experience
questions
with
we've already
Klonoa. Like
committed.
I'm out of questions to like continue narrowing it down. Because I never directly played them. I don't remember. I feel like they're developed by, somebody weird.
Is there anything specific about the characters you could use to like narrow it
Yeah,
down?
like what is Klonoa is like a little.
I think
Animal?
again, I haven't played them, so it's like at a distance. In my mind, I think they're like brother and sister, like best friends. They're going on an adventure. It's colorful. Is this like a kid-friendly game? It's like bright and colorful,
yes.
and appropriate for kids.
Yes.
Because that eliminates the reason I ask. That eliminates. I mean, I know it wasn't Symphony of the Night because I didn't meet our other criteria, but it eliminates some of that kind of stuff. It eliminates Oddworld. Could have been Oddworld.
Isn't that an Xbox game?
Well,
they've made a
Xbox
billion
later.
of them,
They made
yeah.
Stranger's Wrath, but the first two, I don't have any other guess besides Klonoa.
What? Can we look up a picture of what Klonoa looks like?
Yeah,
We're gonna phone a friend
I
right
don't
now.
know if that should be allowed.
No? Okay.
Eating up
if
time
you,
here.
You can tell him if it's
you
not
know.
allowed,
I
right?
mean, I'm already doing it. So
Well, I guess my concern would be that you looking up a picture of Klonoa isn't great audio listening for,
Alright, alright.
for our,
Yeah.
our podcast listeners.
Is it?
there's been several
It's,
Klonoa
it's
games.
not. It's not Sony.
More than one.
It's not Sony published or anything. I don't think either. It's like.
Yeah,
More than two, because it said it had a sequel.
yeah. Well, yeah, but
So
damn.
are we dropping this one? Because like I don't know where to go questioning wise for PS1.
I'm just trying to think. Like either Sony published 2.5D, game played from a 2D perspective platformer. That's more bright and colorful. So like. Since it's 2D, it's not like Ape Escape or any of those. And since it's bright and colorful, that does actually eliminate a lot of games like Heart of Darkness and
What about
Oddworld.
Crash Bandicoot?
Was Crash ever 2D?
There's too many Crash games.
What
Oh,
about
right.
There's like
Yeah,
the
you're right.
Rayman type games or Spyro.
That's a pretty good. So Spyro was 3D in that era. Gex the Gecko was 3D in that era.
Yeah.
But you're on the right track. Like maybe a mascot.
Is this a mascot
Yeah.
game?
Well, can you be more specific?
I don't.
The weird thing about the PS1 era is that Sony really, really didn't want 2D games on that platform for years and years. It wasn't until like late PS1 era that they're like, okay, fine.
Well, is the main character an animal?
No.
Anthropomorphic.
Main character's not an animal.
All right. Well,
That's 16.
So should we just say is this Klonoa and then move on?
Yeah, I think you're like a little cat man, a little cat boy in Klonoa. I think you're an
thought so.
anthropomorphic animal.
I thought
Yeah.
so too.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have a better guess. Is it Klonoa?
Nope.
Oh,
It is not Klonoa. That's 17. You were so close. I guess you did not realize that Tomba is published by Sony.
I've never heard of that game, but you said that.
I did say it.
we should have thought about that again after he said it's not an animal.
Damn.
1998, you're a caveman.
Caveman.
But it's a very bright and colorful 2D action platformer.
You're a caveman?
Cave
yeah.
boy.
Cave boy, yeah. And there was Tomba 2. And like Game Scoop, Tomba is spelled with an exclamation point.
Tomba.
Game Scoop.
Yeah.
More it's Tomba.
All right.
So
So what does that put us at?
That was really bad.
that puts you at 45
Ugh.
guessed. You have 55 questions to go. You've
7
correctly
games.
guessed 2 games
Yeah.
so far.
Well, we really just ruined any sort of.
And so
It's just a speed bump.
Pretty
We
much
can do this.
halfway through our questions, and you've got 2 games down. So we move on to the next one.
Don't leave. Don't
Won't
leave.
leave. Jeez. This is from Justin in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Not me. Not me.
Let the questioning begin. 55 questions left.
Before 1990. Go.
It was not released before 1990.
Next one.
Before 2000.
It was not released before 2000.
Do you want to do consoles now?
It's up to you, man.
Is this on Xbox 360?
Is it on Xbox 360? Yeah.
No, it is not
Finally.
on Xbox 360.
Is this a contemporary game? Is this from the current generation of consoles?
No.
What does that leave us with? Original OG Xbox again?
Wii.
Yeah. But I would consider Wii 360 era. Oh, but you specifically.
Yeah,
asked
we said
360.
360.
Is this on Wii?
No.
Well, damn it, guys.
It's fine.
This
This will take us just as long to get to the console.
I mean,
It's on
okay.
PS2 or PS3 or Xbox.
Is this a console exclusive?
It was for a time.
Yeah. Okay.
For time.
Usually that means a decade plus later it got
It
ported.
remastered.
Is this a Japanese
ported,
game?
Yeah.
It is not a Japanese game.
Is this exclusive to the X? Was this at the time exclusive to the original Xbox?
Yes.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
We're not gonna get this one.
I mean, no, like
No, we might.
Halo eventually got PC ports. Halo
Yeah.
1 and 2, 3 never did. I don't think. I mean, okay, so
Fusion Frenzy.
is this a shooter?
No, it is not a shooter.
Could be
Okay.
Fusion Frenzy. I don't think that ever got ported.
Or Ninja Gaiden. Like I feel like I know a
Crimson Skies.
Let's get the genre. one.
Fable
The OG Xbox didn't get that many.
exclusives.
Does it have sequels?
No.
Okay.
Ooh,
Right.
That is 10.
Is Crimson
Oni?
Sky have sequels?
Crimson Skies did not get sequels.
Brute Force.
Ninja Gaiden Black count as a sequel to Ninja Gaiden?
Yeah, well, and plus there were more later down the line. And plus that's Japanese. This is American made.
Right.
Yeah, so I think all signs are pointing towards something Crimson Skies-esque. Damon, you may, I mean, I don't know if you, depending on how familiar you are with the game, did this game feature multiplayer on Xbox Live?
No.
It's not Crimson Skies
or Mech Assault.
or Mech Assault.
So which of the ones we already say that it could be Fusion Frenzy?
Could still be Fusion Frenzy. I think only had
Did
like,
that get
multiplayer.
ported?
I don't think so, but maybe.
Yeah, it's about to be on Xbox One.
That doesn't
That
count.
doesn't count.
Why? No,
That's
it
just
hadn't
backwards
counted
compatible.
before.
Oh, I guess he just said it was exclusive at the time. Yeah.
It was and it still is.
Is that a party game?
Yeah, it's
Is
like
this-
a Mario Party
Yeah.
clone.
Is this a party game?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I'm done.
No, I mean there was Oni, which was a Bungie made game
Mm-hmm.
that came out before Halo, or around the maybe right after the.
are there
first
other
Halo.
KOTOR-like games? It's not KOTOR.
There was
No.
KOTOR.
It's not that. Jade Empire is the one I was thinking.
Because
Yeah.
it's not an
Here's
RPG.
Jade Empire.
No, because KOTOR is a sequel, and this doesn't have any sequels.
True. So could be Jade Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Could be
Wait, did I ask if it was an American game or a non-Japanese game? Because BioWare is Canadian.
You asked if it was Japanese.
but I don't.
Okay. All right, good.
You asked if it was Japanese.
Is this? Should we just ask if it's a BioWare
I'll
game?
ask if it's an RPG.
Is it an RPG?
Well, it can't be KOTOR, right?
But it could be
Jade
Jade
Empire.
Empire.
Yeah.
Is it an RPG? Yes.
Does it have a Eastern?
So wait, what were the other RPGs on the OG Xbox?
Blue Dragon was on 360.
Yeah.
Cameo, was that it? No, it was.
It was on 360 also.
I don't know why I made you.
No, we
specify
got
RPG.
it.
Oh,
this
I
is the
think
only one.
Oh no.
Western
wait,
RPG.
no, Lost Odyssey was 360.
I think it's probably Jade Empire. Does this game have like a Eastern fantasy, like a Chinese and Japanese inspired art style and setting?
Yes.
You were very patient to wait for him to get through that before he said yes. Yeah, it's. I
Is
feel
this
good.
Jade Empire?
Yes.
Okay, got that
There
one
you go.
down.
How
Jade
many was
Empire.
that? 5?
That was 15.
15.
Wow, that took a lot. I'm surprised.
That puts you
I
at
mean-
60 questions.
We spent 4. I think we should stick to eras instead of consoles.
Okay.
To our
'Cause
credit,
we did make that mistake.
we eliminated like 60,000 video games down to one, and it only took us 15 questions.
60 questions
When you
down
put
and
it
3
like that,
games
I'm
down.
actually
That's
kind of proud of
20
us.
That's 20 questions per game. So
We
it's
made
not
up
too bad.
We made up for what
Basically, like we've won 3 and lost 1. No, you're saying it's like
we played 3 rounds and you won.
Mm-hmm.
years from now, we will remember the time that we recovered from the Tomba debacle.
We said Tomba.
Yeah, I've actually never played Jade Empire.
Oh,
I
it's-
know it's very highly regarded, at least for the time. And we famously, Dave Clayman reviewed it and gave it like a 9.9.
9.9.
Yeah, I
What-
was like,
what-
Couldn't
not
if,
quite
if
as good.
only
It
it
was
was
an
marginally
8.9.
better.
Yeah, I just remember playing it back then. I don't really have any contemporary or how it stacks up now, but it is very good from what I remember.
Yeah.
9.9 is a terrible score. Like I'm a big fan of the 100-point scale. I know some people think it's silly, but it lets you provide a little bit more separation in your review score and decide just how high of a 9 something is. But that's got to be like the only 9.9 we've ever given.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Aren't there giant toads in that game as enemies?
Yes. Yeah.
Those look really cool.
You can like pick your like different fighter. It's sort of like a traditional JRPG with characters, but you pick your fighters up as you go along, and then you could switch their fight styles.
Did
Like
that game get
use
ported?
1,000 fists fighting style.
PC, and it's also on iOS. It's on mobile.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Just
I wonder if the
Wow,
same,
Bioware
I wonder if
brought
the
it
same
mobile.
house that ported KOTOR ported over.
Yeah. That was 2005, that game for original Xbox. All right. Next game is from David Williams in Tempe, Arizona.
Tempe.
Tempe.
Sorry.
What's the difference?
Sorry,
The pronunciation.
Tempites. Let the questioning begin.
All right.
40 questions left.
Is this from before 1990?
Is this from before 1990? No.
Oh, you're being really mean to Sam this episode. Is this from before 2000?
No.
Was this on the 360 era of
No.
consoles?
No.
360
Oh, yeah.
era
Yeah, okay.
consoles.
360 era of consoles, yes.
Cool.
So that's 360,
PS2
PS2.
and GameCube.
Was this a multi?
No.
Wait,
it's
whoa.
PS3, 360, Wii.
Is that right?
Oh my god, that is right. Oh,
I feel like my brain turns to mush after doing this much.
yeah. I think
questions.
100 questions is
Yeah.
Face when you guys.
100
I
questions.
just knew the listeners were just like, what the hell?
100 questions is 80 questions too many.
Oh my god!
Is this
I'm ready for Tofurkey. I know, but you guys.
Is this a multi-platform game?
Yes.
All right. Is this a platform game? Platformer.
Is it a platformer?
This is a platform
Yeah.
game.
No, it is not a platformer.
Okay.
Is it a shooter?
No,
You guys,
it is not a shooter.
No, we can do genre after
Okay,
we get.
that's
consoles.
fine.
Okay, Mister. Does your character wear a hat?
yeah, and it was Fez.
In that one case.
So a non-shooter, non-platformer game on the 360 PS3
Multi-platform, yeah.
Wii. Was this game developed in Japan?
I believe so. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of that.
Do you want to look it up?
I don't have it on my paper, but I think it is developed in Japan. I feel pretty confident.
Okay.
Developed in Japan. I mean, that's so many
Is
games.
this an RPG?
No.
What are we at? 8?
So we got racing, fighting.
Almost everything.
non-RPG.
I mean, just action, just general.
Does this have sequels?
No.
Ugh. Oh boy. Is it critically acclaimed?
No.
Yes,
Oh,
I love these.
that is-
Stinker.
Vehement no.
That is 10.
So if
30
if
questions
it's a
left.
game notorious in its badness,
well,
Is it licensed?
I mean, what's the divide between not critically
about
acclaimed
licensing.
and notoriously bad?
because it could be like that Doritos racer or something like that.
You wouldn't give us a Sneak King, would
but
you?
yeah, we got Sneak King before it. So it could be one of the other ones from that.
Doing product
and
placement.
I asked
games?
if his hat was functional, and Damon said yes, and I was very upset.
Yes, it signifies his royalty. We need to move on.
Is this no? Does licensing not even help with that?
I don't know.
Was this an Xbox? Wait. You said it's Xbox 360 era.
We said it's not platform exclusive, but we didn't narrow down what platforms it's on.
Right. Well, he said it was multi-platform.
But that doesn't mean like it was on the Wii, for example.
Right.
that would actually help to know.
I mean, is it on the Wii?
No,
Okay.
So
not on the Wii.
So PS3, 360,
360.
made in Japan,
Yeah.
Made in Japan. Not an RPG.
not a shooter.
Not a platformer.
People hate it.
So what is that like?
And people don't like it.
The question was it critically
acclaimed,
acclaimed?
but people might like it. So it could be like a Sonic game.
I mean, there's so many potentially.
But those I would categorize those as platformers.
And no sequels.
And no sequels. Good point. Oh boy.
Dog? No, that had Dark.
Oh yeah, Lair.
We've gotten Lair before.
But that's an
It's
exclusive.
not multi-platform.
Lair.
That was one of the earliest ones.
Yeah.
we ever did.
Is it a? Are you punching or kicking things in this game?
That's not a main mechanic in this game.
Okay.
I mean,
All right. Okay.
But
okay.
you can.
it's
All right.
not known as a punchy, kicky game, even though maybe
Wait,
you
was
do that at some
was
point.
Lair ported to other things? Ever?
I don't think so.
Ever?
I don't. I was. I already
Justin.
said.
Was it ever ported?
I don't want to. Now I understand
'Cause
how
I
Damon
think-
feels.
That man.
It could be Lair.
I just immediately break down after the first question. I don't want to be in your seat. No, I think it
Is that
relied.
an action game?
I think Relay relied too much on the motion controls and did never get ported. And plus,
this game
Factor
have
5
motion-
went out of business.
Does this game have motion controls?
No.
Did we ask if it's licensed? Does that help?
What was that Square brawler? State of Emergency?
Yeah. No, was that Square? That was Was that Rockstar?
Square. But it's also not a punchy kicky game. So, I mean, and it's Japanese made. Damon's pretty sure.
Okay. The genre is the thing throwing us all off. If we get the genre, we're gonna get the game.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Were
Well,
there bad fighting games for the era? Should we just skip that? Racing, fighting.
But it's not punchy kicky.
it's not punchy kicky, and there were a ton of bad fighting games.
It's not, but it's also not shooty. So it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing in this game if you're not punching, kicking, or shooting? That's what video
again,
games are.
like you may shoot at some point in this game, but the question was, is it a shooter?
I mean, I
You
understand.
may occasionally punch or kick from time to time.
shoot. Piano 3. That's mostly a shooter.
That was the previous generation.
It's also obviously Japanese.
Is there is this just an action game?
That's not the category you would put this in.
Okay.
Should we? It might be Japanese developed.
Music? Should we ask about music?
No, I feel like publisher. If it was multi-platform, odds are it's a publisher that we know.
Is the publisher still around? Is something we sometimes ask?
Well, that could be. I mean, that could be Square, Capcom, EA.
I don't feel like publisher is going to help me me personally, if Damon wasn't positive if the game was Japanese developed or not.
But I felt pretty confident.
Pretty confident. I mean, I don't know. Well, ask whatever you want.
I'm honing.
I really want to get what type of game this is, especially if people don't like it.
Like once I can't picture it in my mind, then it's like I'm in real trouble.
You wouldn't classify it as an action game.
What does that leave you with?
Is this based on a license?
No.
Okay.
It's 15.
It's not a fighter. It's not a platformer. It's not an action game.
Not a shooter.
Not a shooter.
Not a punchy kicky.
Not a punchy kicky game.
You solving puzzles? You going on a point and click adventure?
What do you?
Yeah, it could be adventure. That's a little bit boring.
I mean, oh god, it's like the game of the year meeting all over again. Is it an action game or an action adventure game?
But an action
PS3
almost encompasses so much of gaming that like to know it's not action is like pretty weird.
Was there like crappy knockoffs, or not even knockoffs, but like other people's take on like a Heavy Rain style, like Siberia, or
we could ask if it's a visual novel,
or just something along those lines.
Could it not be Heavy Rain?
No, because that was made by Quantic Dream.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And plus, that was a PS3 exclusive.
I mean, until it was on PS4 or something.
I'm trying to think of. There was like Lost Planet, but that's a shooter.
There's sequels.
There's Lost Planet 2. Did they ever make a 3?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like a weird multiplayer game. How about does this have multiplayer?
That's a good question.
I don't.
That's a good question.
No multiplayer.
I don't know what this thing is, but I like it.
Where did
I can hear it all the way.
I just pulled it out from under here.
I thought it was Damon's leg.
Trackball?
Yeah, it's got a really satisfying.
All right, we need to stay focused here.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, 16 questions on this game.
So no multiplayer.
14 questions or 24 questions left in the whole game.
Is this an adventure game?
I mean, that might be the broad genre that you put this in, but there's a much more specific genre that this falls into.
What does that mean? What is it?
What is it?
I thought I could trick Damon there for a second.
Wait, so what are adventure like categories?
I mean, point and click adventure, or just like walking sim.
Those don't really exist then.
Yeah,
Not anymore.
true. I mean, like Dear Esther was the first one, and that wasn't on consoles.
And especially
Not the
like
first
from a
one.
Japanese studio in that time. What's an adventure game like genre that Japanese studios even?
I mean,
do?
it could be like, what if it's like a?
Why are you rolling your eyes?
We know it too, don't you?
I tried to give you a big hint to like not focus too much on adventure.
What if it's like a survival horror game that doesn't put an emphasis on?
Oh, yeah, is this a
like
horror
some
game?
sort of psychological?
Hold on.
Something.
Is this a horror game?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my
Clock Tower?
gosh.
Silent
that
That's
got
not from that
sequels.
era.
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill got sequels.
The guys were in 360 era.
Yeah.
You're 10 years before it.
Fear was a shooter.
Condemned.
Condemned got a
Both,
sequel.
both had sequels.
And remember, this game was bad or was not critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
Condemns again.
Oh, what's the flashlight game?
Oh, didn't have a sequel.
There is a Slender Man.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It was PC though, wasn't it?
I don't play spooky games.
Are there
I don't either.
spin-offs
I hate 'em.
of Resident Evil that might?
Yeah, maybe.
No, not from that.
There were a bunch of like weird
horror.
one-off horror games.
It's probably some weird. I mean, I know this isn't the right era, but some weird like Clock Tower-esque. What was the one like Deadly Premonition? I bet you it's Deadly Premonition.
Good one.
I mean, we're so
Or
close.
what's-
We're so
there's-
close
there's
to
some
20
just
right now
like
that we
that.
might as well.
Is this is this game deliberately like campy and weird and just bizarre, like Twin Peaks-esque?
Yes.
Is it Deadly Premonition?
Yes. 20
Wow.
questions.
Did we get on 20?
20 questions exactly.
Oh, that was a tough one.
Jesus.
Which puts us at 80 and leaves you with a nice 20 questions left in the game. And you've gotten 4 games so far.
So if we get to 5, we're technically on par.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. I'd be okay with that.
So
But
basically,
we're not
all
right.
of that.
Let's get 1 in 5 and then
Yeah.
get 1 in 10.
So-
have
wait,
some
wait,
Oh, I
pass it.
What are you
No,
doing?
you can see this. This is all the games we've already done.
We did all of that just to have 20 questions left to guess the last game.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for 20 questions.
Deadly Premonition is developed by Access Games, but had different publishers for every different
yeah,
territory.
Sweary made that game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who developed it?
No, just
Access
the guy.
Games.
Yeah.
And it is Japanese, right?
Yeah,
for
sure.
Yeah.
360, PS3, and PC. That was 2010. All right. 20 questions left.
Man, this
And
is
that brings us to
this is exhausting. I
video game 20 questions.
I don't like this.
Wipe your brains.
feel like remembering
scratch.
video games is legitimately a skill. Like you have to exercise.
This one comes from Ryan in Indiana.
Don't let us down, Ryan.
All right.
We won't let you down
20
either.
questions. Let the questioning begin.
Does your character wear a hat?
No.
No, it's not. It's
your
not
90s.
Mario, guys.
Is it from before 1990?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
What
Sam,
is-
take
what
us
is that?
home.
Sam, carry us.
We got this.
Was this game popular in arcades?
Yes.
Okay. Was it from before 1985?
Yes.
Pac-Man? Ms. Pac-Man wears a bow.
it could be
should
all
we
of those games.
narrow down by asking
be
about
Pac-Man.
if it was published by Namco?
How about this? Was it made in America?
Yes.
So Atari or Midway
Or Ms. Pac-Man.
or Williams. Could be Miss Pac-Man. Could be. Yep.
15 questions
Miss
left.
Pac-Man was America?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want to go into it too
Okay.
far.
Yeah, it was
But
American.
MIT students
Yep.
made Ms. Pac-Man
They
as
made
a
the
modification of Pac-Man, and the Midway licensed it. Namco never did.
It's crazy, right?
They didn't get sued.
What a weird.
No, they got bought out.
Nice. So it was a Portal
American-made-
situation
So not
before
Space
Portal even.
Invaders, not Centipede.
Yeah. Do you? Is this
Dragon
shoot
Dragon's
this game?
Lair?
Do you shoot in this game? No.
Okay. Does it use a joystick?
No.
What? So trackball. What were big track?
It could be a lot
Ooh.
of things. It could be yoke controller. Is this based on a license?
No.
You know, if we do get this early, we can squeeze one more.
I know. I think
Maybe.
we can get it early.
That's 8.
Those are some big clues
12
there.
questions left in total.
So you don't shoot, and you don't use a joystick.
Right.
But so it can't be a Pac-Man.
Can't be Defender.
Yeah.
Can't be Centipede.
Basically, can't be any of the spaceship games. You're
Am I getting the name right? Dragon's Dragon's Lair?
Yeah, it could be that.
But Dragon's
That
Lair
has a.
uses-
I wonder if it was featured in
No, that uses a joystick.
that uses a joystick.
Is this an Atari game?
Yes.
I think it's Crystal Castles.
I trust you.
Well, I
Damon.
don't wanna-
Damon's being very stone faced right now.
Do
Do
you, do you
he
play
plays
as
a marble in that game?
you play as an animal?
Oh,
A bear, Bentley bear.
is that true?
Yeah. Do you play as an animal?
No.
Right.
Could it be
10.
Marble Madness?
Yeah,
Ooh,
but
yeah.
that's did we say before 1985?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
He said
did.
before
He said
85.
before
Is that game too
1985.
late?
No, I think that could be right square in there.
Do you play as a marble?
Yes.
Yeah, good. We got it.
First-
First Marble Madness.
Yes. All
first video game I ever
Yes.
played.
Marvel Madness, 1984
It's the first video game you ever played?
Yep.
for that
That's
game.
so cool. Did you play it on a school computer by any chance?
No, I played it on NAS.
Okay. I played that on my school.
How many questions was
computer
that?
lab
Shit.
computers.
Oh,
When I
yeah,
was-
yeah, that
it
was
was one of
12,
my
yeah.
earliest games.
Yeah.
too.
I can't remember the very first game I remember playing was Spy Hunter, but I know I played this
Whoa,
before
really?
that. I
Like
think-
in the arcade?
No, on NES too.
Okay.
Okay, so that gives you 5 games down with 8 questions left. You might as well blast through the last 8 questions to see if we can get there, right? Yes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
In agreement? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we're all already winners. So
we did a great job. Go ahead and
This is
say.
Josh from Olympia, Washington.
What's the most clever way, like just to take a shot
8 questions.
to try to get there in 8?
Well, I think we can divide up games so effectively by year, where
And-
it was made,
and console.
and sequel and console. Yeah, that.
So that's 4 right there, and we get a time frame, a platform, and whether it's standalone.
Maybe, as long as he's
That's half our budget though. So
I mean, we could do that, or you could do Shot in the Dark.
I mean, was this game made in Japan?
No.
I was hoping it was a Nintendo game. Then we'd have
Is
a pretty
it from before 1995?
No.
so a more contemporary Western-made game. Those two
I
no's.
think we
are-
got this.
yeah,
I mean, is this
Oh, how about a platform exclusive?
was this a platform exclusive?
No. 5 questions left.
so anything from 1995.
I mean, so
on.
I don't know, Tomb Raider. I mean, non-platform exclusive eliminates a lot of the.
Can you play as a woman?
No. Well, no. No. Nope. 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 No.
Sam's very tickled by that.
4 questions left.
Nope. Well, no.
Yeah, I think we have to get pretty shot.
Is this like an action game that relies on, your twitch reflexes and the skill of the player using their controller?
Yes. 3 questions left.
Great.
I'm trying to put. What do we get out of that? We got.
I mean, it's just to be fair, this is our victory lap. We're
Yeah,
just
that's
trying to
true.
send ourselves over the top.
If you guys got it, it'd be amazing.
All right, I think we can get this.
So it's a Twitch controller game.
Well, just an action, a game that relies on player skill. Western made, play as a man.
Yep.
From after 19.
I never said that.
Oh.
Can't play as a woman. Sounds like you play as an animal or a robot.
Robot.
Okay.
Such a hint.
That was a really big hint. Or a Dracula.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you think it's Crash Bandicoot?
It's a decent sized chance. No, but that was not multiplayer. I mean, it was multiplayer.
Also after 1995.
Do you play as an animal that acts like a person? That's like Cooper. That's Clash. I don't know why that's Klonoa.
I'm trying to think how to answer this question without giving anything away.
Like if the animal wears clothes or can speak or does any human-like things that an animal you wouldn't expect that animal to do in real life.
Give me your definition of an animal.
I
God.
don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know my definition of an animal.
It would not be a plant, a rock, or a human.
Yeah, it's not.
But it is alive.
It's not a mineral.
Okay, that's where you're going with. Everyone's in agreement. And then the question is, do you play as an animal that acts as a human?
Yeah.
Yes.
We got 2 more.
I didn't think we were going to go with a yes there.
2 questions left.
How did we get there?
Because it's a lizard or it's an insect or something like that.
Okay. All right. What year are we working with again?
Or like
I
is
want you guys to-
Rystar an animal?
It's 95 and up, right? So anthropomorphic-ish animal or animal that acts like a human.
Yeah, I think you might be right about insect or a spider or something like that.
Like
Why?
deadly creatures.
What makes you
Because
think
he was clarifying it's not an animal in like a clear-cut way that this is part of the animal kingdom. So is earthworm
David's not even sure, but
like is
we'd
Earthworm
find it.
Jim would be this. I mean that came out too early. But I'm just saying that's likely where Damon's head's at. What are games where you play as a bug?
How many questions do we have left?
Splatoon?
Two.
Splatoon?
2 questions.
Splatoon was
and one of them has
Japanese
to be the
made.
guest of the game.
Yeah.
So.
Splatoon's the Squid Kids,
Yeah, totally.
but this is an American or a Western made game.
But
Did we
there's
find
so
that out?
many.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
so
not
many
Japanese made.
animal.
But again, it's not like Echo the Dolphin.
Should we just ask if it has sequels, then make a guess? Because that eliminates most of those games.
I am very pleased with ourselves for having even
Me
made
too.
it this far.
Wouldn't sequels help?
Is it helpful to know if
Oh,
it's a
no.
platformer? I'm assuming it's a platformer. Since it's an animal, you play as an animal that acts like a person.
I mean,
Some
there's,
sort of
there's no
living
point.
being.
There's no point in having an animal that acts like a person.
What about a dinosaur? Could be a dinosaur game.
Yeah.
I'll say this. There's enough information on the table that I know some of our viewers and listeners are shouting this game.
You play.
It may not be obvious to everyone here, but some people out there are getting it.
So dinosaurs.
Wait,
but
there's
also,
enough information on this table?
shit.
What's on this table?
Get the
It's
black
I'm still hung up on Damon clarifying what our definition of animal was. So that leaves me with bug. That leaves me with
I think Splatoon nailed it.
dinosaur. Except that this is Western made.
And he also said you can't play as a woman.
That's true.
Squid Girl.
So I'm thinking an anthropomorphic animal that's essentially sexless, which makes me think it's not Earthworm Jim.
It's not because it was after 95.
Yeah. Well,
What about an alien?
Earthworm Jim was on
That
Sega.
part of our rules.
Good point. We only got 2 questions left.
Actually, that's a good point.
Yeah, well, here's what I want to ask.
But he said
since we
yes.
only have
The
2 left.
over clarification of define an animal makes me think that
I want to ask if
You guys define it as something that's
get-
alive, that's not.
we get
human
one
or a
question
plant.
left.
or a rock.
So before I waste the question, I want to clear with you two. I want to ask if this is like an Earth-based living being that you play as.
And then what are you going to take a shot if he says yes?
I mean, I don't know. You said alien, and I think that's a good way to.
Yeah. No, I'm curious.
you think?
What's your
Is that
gut
okay?
telling you?
I just want to get it over with at this point.
Do you is the is the living being you play as something that could be found on the planet Earth?
Found on planet Earth naturally?
Oh my.
What
Are you asking me if it's normally found on planet Earth?
Yes.
No.
Pikmin? I mean, but you're playing as Olimar.
The final
It
question.
can't be because it's Japanese.
And it's Japanese. So basically, it's an unnatural life form. De blob?
That's too obscure.
No, but like, what about like warp?
No. It's something bigger than that because he said a lot of people are screaming it.
Spore?
Some people. I don't know about a lot of people.
Spore's pretty ambiguous as far as what you play as.
Might as well make your guess.
I mean,
We're getting there.
No,
sorry.
because guys, it's like an anthropomorphic animal.
Yeah.
He said yes to that.
that's not usually found on Earth.
Yeah, like Sonic the Hedgehog.
But not naturally found on Earth.
I
But
mean-
hedgehogs are on Earth.
There are no animals that are anthropomorphic.
that's what I
so is that the caveat that you're playing with right here?
You're playing as some space-based unnatural life form. It's not
Yeah,
a
like
life
something
form.
came to Earth, was animated, and then started in this video game. That's exactly what's going on here.
Yeah.
So what is that exact thing?
I think we're overthinking this.
I mean,
No.
alien,
You guys got so close.
Like
alien
Alf?
hominid,
We got so close.
like Alf.
Like Alf.
Alf. Oh my God.
Yeah. It has to be something like Alf.
Yeah,
But from after 1995.
yeah.
Rabbit.
be done.
Rabbids.
Rabbids.
But Rayman doesn't really.
I don't know what Rayman is.
I don't know what a
Yeah.
Rayman is.
What are we gonna go with?
In my head, I'm going through the entire cast of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, trying to think of something similar.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
What are we gonna do?
We're very close. There's a lot of game. I mean, we don't have enough. Oh, we don't have enough
I
questions.
wish we'd asked about sunglasses. I don't even know what game to guess.
I don't know.
Should we reveal
Yeah.
the game?
Yeah.
Okay. Released in 2005 for PlayStation 2 and Xbox.
Wait.
Developed by Pandemic.
Mm,
Destroy All Humans.
ah,
Thought
Nice.
about that actually.
You are an alien.
Yeah, we got there though.
we were
Yeah,
pretty close.
you were-
We would have
yeah.
been there.
An alien, but it's set on Earth.
Yeah.
That was a valiant effort.
Yeah,
on
you
our
guys got
part.
really
To get
close.
there in 8.
Yeah, you guys got.
I think
pretty
if we
close.
had leaned into Alien rather than
Well, we ran
Animal,
out of
we wanted
questions.
it-
We got
yeah,
there.
we might have been able to
did
do
very
it.
well.
That was a good one. Nicely done, guys. We did not get to Rocket Knight Adventures, Battle Block Theater, or Kid Dracula.
wow, we talked about Battle Block Theater.
Kid Dracula. Oh my gosh, we wouldn't have gotten that one.
Rocket Knight and Kid
I've
Dracula
never
are
heard of
tough
Battle
because they're
Block
both
Theater.
Konami games from 1993. Both Konami platformers from 1993.
Okay. Do you want to do one?
This is running a little long.
Okay.
Unless you guys have something. Yeah, we're good. You guys got 5 games and with 100 questions.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
Totally admirable.
We got 5 and 92 questions, really.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sure.
What? I mean,
We got 5 out of 7 in 100
out of 10,
questions.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All right.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's great. We'll do this again sometime. We'll see if you guys can beat 5. That's the record. That's the number to beat now.
It's not bad.
Before we go, this is Thanksgiving week here in the U.S. Justin wanted to share what we're thankful for real
Oh.
quick. Would you like to start us off?
What does it have to be like video game wise?
Whatever you're thankful for. There's no rules.
No.
Maybe it should be relevant to our audience, but
I'm playing SteamWorld Dig 2.
yep.
And I'm a little bit late to it, not that late, but I'm just not catching up on it. Really, really excellent sequel, and I'm thankful for video game sequels that come out and then just totally build on and expand on what they started in the original. It's it looks better, it's bigger, it takes the ideas from the original and sort of extends them out farther than you think they could have, and the confidence that Image Inform displays to just put out a really top-notch sequel gives me, it's like, yeah, bring on the third one.
Yeah, SteamWorld Dig 2 is awesome. Well, now I want them to do SteamWorld Heist too.
Well, sequels are tricky things, right? Like, you don't want to just give people more of the same, but you also don't want to stray too far from what people liked. And walking that line, it's like, what a just really job well done on their part.
Yeah, for sure. I'm thankful for the Nintendo Switch. It's been a huge comeback for Nintendo, and then this year alone, we got 2 incredible Zelda and Mario games. Unbelievable year for Nintendo, and plus, since I'm flying to Tokyo tomorrow, the Switch will be awesome to have on that flight. I'm very thankful for that. On a more personal note, I'm thankful for my cat, Same, because Thanksgiving last year, we did not have a cat, and Same has been just a joy to have around in our home.
And she grew up really big.
Yeah, she's a big cat now. Got a big booty.
Is that the black one?
No, she's gray.
Oh, wow.
Little white chin.
What chin? Man, piggybacking on both of yours, like I'm also thankful for sequels because I'm playing Shadow of War lately, and that game is just so good to me.
I like that game a
really,
lot.
really enjoy it. I just got to the very end and set it down and was so pleased with the experience. I'm looking forward to the third one.
You just beat Shadow of War?
I mean, do you ever really beat Shadow of War?
Yeah, there's 10 levels of sieges. I beat it.
There's the first ending.
Is there
and
10?
then-
Yes.
I'm on 2 right now.
There's some
It
mixed
goes
opinion.
and goes and goes.
Yeah,
But like whether that constitutes the end or whether it's all just sort
That's
of
a good
bonus.
point.
Well, there's a patch
stuff,
coming out that's
like-
going to bring unlimited Shadow Wars, which essentially they're just like you could do it forever if you wanted to. But I'm like leveling up my orcs by making them fight to the death for my amusement, which I just
Yeah,
love.
I didn't do that ever. I should have done it. I regret it now.
And I'm also thankful for the Switch, again, before I get on the more personal note, because, dude, I've just never been a handheld gamer, but man, that console has sold me. I took it with me on a 2-week vacation to the Philippines that I recently took, put 45 hours into Stardew Valley between the bus rides and the plane flights and the riding in the sidecars of motorcycles. It was a really, really cool experience, and Stardew Valley is amazing. I guess I'm also thankful for just how many great games have come out in 2017 so far. Like, it's a
real good year.
it overlooks, because there's, I mean, a handful of really good games every year, but like, man, this year is one of the better gaming years I think I have remembered in a long, long
Yeah,
time.
we're all
Yeah, I
thankful for the people that make those games.
Yeah, absolutely. That they put all that effort into what we play and what they give us to play, I should say.
Yeah, for sure.
I got nothing. I guess pizza, rock and roll, love.
These are all very, very valid things to be thankful for. That's good. All right, that is all the scoops and all the 20 questions, the 100 questions that we have for you this week. If you're in the U.S., have a very happy holiday week.
Whoa.
If you're not in the U.S., we hope you have a happy week anyway, and we will be back with your regularly scheduled Game Scoop next week. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Sam. My name is Damon. This is IGN Game Scoop. We're out.